Max never believed in love at first sight. He always thought people only used that phrase to make ordinary attractions sound more poetic. But that evening, when he walked into a small cafe near the university, something changed. At a table near the window sat a girl in a light hoodie reading a book. She kept brushing her hair behind her ear while smiling at something on her phone. At first, Max barely noticed her, but when a waiter accidentally bumped into her table and almost spilled coffee on her laptop, she simply laughed. "Don't worry about it," she said. "My day has already been weird enough." Max thought most people would have gotten angry. He ordered his coffee and sat nearby. A few minutes later, the girl looked up. "Do you come here often, too?" "Sometimes." "Then it's strange we've never noticed each other before." That was how they met. Her name was Marina. She studied graphic design, loved old movies, and always talked with excitement about the future. Max liked listening to her. He liked how she spoke about ordinary things as if they were something magical. Within a few weeks, they became inseparable. They spent evenings walking through the city, talking for hours about dreams, fears, and childhood memories. Marina always joked that Max was too serious. "You think too much," she told him once. "And you trust people too easily," he replied. She smiled. "Maybe that's why we work." For the first time in years, Max felt calm. Months passed. Their relationship looked perfect from the outside. They posted pictures together, traveled to nearby cities on weekends, watched movies late at night, and made plans for the future. Max worked hard at his job because he wanted to build a stable life for both of them. Marina supported him in everything. At least, that was what he believed. One night, while they were sitting on the balcony of Max's apartment, Marina leaned her head against his shoulder. "Do you think people can stay in love forever?" she asked. Max looked at her. "If they really want to." She stayed silent for a few seconds. "That sounds scary." "Why?" "Because forever is a long time." He laughed softly. "You overthink sometimes, too." But Marina didn't laugh. That should have been the first sign. It started with little things. Marina began hiding her phone screen whenever Max walked nearby. She started replying to messages late at night and smiling at her screen. At first, Max ignored it. Everyone deserves privacy. Then she became distant. Sometimes she would sit beside him while feeling miles away. Conversations became shorter, her hugs colder. "You've changed," Max told her one evening. "I'm just tired." "You've been tired for 2 months." She sighed. "Do we really have to argue about everything?" That answer hurt him more than he expected. The girl who once talked to him for hours now treated every conversation like a burden. Still, he stayed. Because when you love someone, you search for excuses instead of truth. His name was Daniel. Max first heard about him casually. "Oh, he's just someone from university," Marina said. "We're working on a project together." Max didn't think much about it, but suddenly Daniel's name appeared everywhere. Daniel said this. "Daniel likes that movie. Daniel helped me today. Daniel thinks differently." Max noticed how Marina smiled whenever she talked about him. One evening, they were watching a movie when Marina's phone lit up. A message appeared. "Daniel, I already miss you." Max froze. Marina quickly grabbed the phone. "It's not what you think." "Then explain it." "He's joking." "At midnight?" "You're overreacting." That sentence stayed in Max's head long after the argument ended. Overreacting, maybe he was. Or maybe people only say that when they're hiding something. A week later, Max finished work earlier than usual. He wanted to surprise Marina. He bought her favorite dessert and drove to her apartment. When he reached the building, he noticed her car. Wasn't there? He called her. No answer. Again. Nothing. Then he remembered she had once mentioned a small rooftop restaurant downtown. Something inside him told him to go there. Maybe instinct. Maybe fear. When Max entered the restaurant, his heart started beating faster. And then he saw them. Marina. Daniel, sitting together near the edge of the rooftop, laughing, not like friends, like people in love. Max stood frozen. For a moment, he hoped he was misunderstanding everything. Then Daniel touched her face, and Marina kissed him. The world around Max became silent. He didn't remember walking toward them, didn't remember putting the dessert box on the table. Marina looked up. Her face turned pale. Max. Daniel immediately leaned back. I can explain, Marina whispered. Max laughed quietly. It wasn't a normal laugh. It sounded broken. Explain what? He asked. Which part? Marina stood up. It just happened. That's your explanation. Tears appeared in her eyes. I didn't mean to hurt you. But you did. People nearby started looking at them. Daniel tried to speak. Maybe we should calm down. Max looked at him. You stay out of this. For a second, nobody spoke. Then Max nodded slowly. You know what hurts the most? He asked Marina. She stayed silent. It's not even the cheating. His voice shook. It's the way you looked at me every day and lied like it was nothing. Marina began crying, but Max no longer felt sorry. He turned around and left. The following weeks destroyed him. He stopped answering calls, stopped meeting friends. His apartment became silent and empty. Every object reminded him of Marina. The hoodie she forgot, the mug she used every morning, the photos on his phone. At night, he replayed every moment in his head, every conversation, every lie, and the worst part, he still missed her. That was what made betrayal so painful. Not anger, not humiliation, but the fact that love doesn't disappear immediately, even after someone destroys you. One evening, Marina called him. He stared at the phone for almost a minute before answering. Hello. Her voice was quiet. I miss you. Max closed his eyes. You miss me because he wasn't enough. That's not fair. No, Max replied. Cheating wasn't fair. She started crying again. I made a mistake. A mistake is forgetting someone's birthday. Silence. You chose him every single day you lied to me. Marina whispered. I still love you. Max looked out the window. Rain slowly hit the glass. Maybe you do, he said quietly, but not enough. Then he ended the call. Months later, Max slowly began rebuilding his life. He started going to the gym again, spent more time with friends, focused on work. Some days still hurt. Some nights still felt empty. Pain became quieter. One afternoon, while walking through the same cafe where they first met, he noticed Marina sitting alone by the window. For a second, time felt frozen. She looked older somehow, sadder. Their eyes met. Marina gave a small smile. Max nodded politely. Then he kept walking, because sometimes closure isn't a conversation. Sometimes closure is finally being able to leave without looking back. That night, Max received one final text from Marina. I'm sorry for becoming the reason you stopped believing in love. Max stared at the message for a long time. Then he typed, You didn't stop me from believing in love. You only taught me that love without honesty destroys people. He sent the message, and for the first time in months, he felt free. The end.